Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I was very surprised to be given this opportunity to open the 2025 River Dee fishing season. It's a privilege and honour to do so. As a young boy, I fished all the time using a small spinning rod and worms in the local burns. Small trout, which were always kept and eaten. My best trout, 2 pounds, was caught in the Sheach burn sometime in October following a spate. The trout season finished in September. I perhaps forgot that was the case. 49 seasons ago, my gillying life started in 1976, straight from school, as an apprentice on Lower Crathes for Dunecht Estates. Firstly for Lord Cowdrey, then his son Charles Pearson, now his son George. The head gillie at the time was a family friend, Leslie George Sr. In the early 80s, I gillied for the same estate at Birse for 7 wonderful years under the eye of Doug Murray, a great man and boss. In that time, I truly learned so much about fishing and whisky. At Birse, I was to meet for the first time Malcolm Tocher. He would come to fish on a Friday afternoon after finishing work. He was a master with the Blair spoon. A dram first. He hardly ever failed with the spoon. He never failed with the dram. Now Malcolm, better known as Super Gilly, has been for 40 years a great friend to me. Several years ago now, on evenings out, weddings, etc., I would often be warned, now, nae speaking about fishing the night. Give it a rest. I would duly agree, but the first, second, and usually third and fourth persons we would meet, "Hi Robert, how's the fishing going? Any fish? How's the season? How's the water levels?" I failed for the very start. I enjoy a good western. Clint Eastwood, the good, the bad, and the ugly being a favourite. Life and fishing is so much like this. Enjoy the good, deal with the bad, and don't hide from the ugly. I have without question seen far more good than the bad and the ugly. I could fill a small book. I've spent so many wonderful years on this fantastic river. The salmon and the sea trout, meeting new friends with so many people from all over the world and walks of life. Same goal, to catch a Dee salmon. The excitement of a silver salmon, spring salmon, being caught. Wonderful. I so enjoyed my time being involved from the start in developing the Dee Schools project with the Durris head teacher Sandra Horrocks. In setting up the project, along with other gillies, we visited primary school children and telling them about the life cycle of the salmon. So many questions asked. The Dee Trust took over the project and still runs today. The Dee Bursary was an exciting time, giving people the opportunity to enhance their skills and knowledge in different aspects of river life and work. My eldest son, Lee, was the first young person to receive that award. In the late 90s, I was glad to be part of the newly formed Dee Gillies group. They had a voice that needed to be heard, and it was, and is still very much the case today. I also enjoyed many years on the fishery board, working with 5 different chairmen, all with their own gifts and strengths. I represented for periods the gillies and the anglers, also representing Dunecht Estates and Charles Pearson. I recall the work that took place leading us into the 1994 Conservation Code. Not to everybody's taste, but the vast majority of proprietors pulled together for the sake of the salmon. I learned a lot not only from the chairman, but the other board members and river directors. I'm glad I took the opportunity to widen my mind and be involved in trying to help the river. I truly believe in our young workforce, gillies, bailiffs, the young people working in the hotels and bars and shops, serving such a valuable clientele to our local economy, the anglers from all over the world. For me, highlights: in 1978, we caught 400 spring salmon before the end of March at Lower Crathes. At Bass, one season, early 80s, 360 salmon, 400 sea trout. That's one bank. The timeshare on the opposite bank had more than us. The same season, 3 French anglers at the Cambus of May landed over 120 salmon in a single week. Screaming reels, indeed. The bad for me is the tragic reality that the Atlantic salmon have now been red flagged and onto the endangered list. The near loss of the spring salmon presently has huge consequences to the local area. The early anglers have nearly all gone. The economy in the valley has truly suffered. Thinking back to that heights of 1978, something really bad for me was the fact that last year we had to wait till the first week of May to catch our first salmon of the season. On nights out now, the questions are: how many seals have you seen? And how far up the river are they going? Please bear with me for the ugly. No matter how much evidence we present, and the fact that what we have continually asked for is the protection of the River Dee salmon once they come in through the harbour into the river. Considering they are on the endangered list and all that they have gone through to get back to their home river, surely we should be able to provide a healthy and safe river for them once home. Alas, Scottish Government and their supporting agencies see differently and appear to put everything else, including predators, before the endangered salmon. I only hope that in time we will see a change in attitude and recognition of the importance of our salmon stock. Returning to the good and hopefully a positive, this truly is a wonderful, famous gem of a river, and we all need to get behind it, support it. We will never all agree on all aspects going forward. That's life. Support, though, is a must for the salmon, and let's keep spreading the word far and wide, and especially to our school children who are learning about the Dee. One day they will be our MSPs, counsellors, employees in SEPA and Nature Scot, and other places of influence. Hopefully a good number will be anglers, gillies, river and land managers also. They all need to have an understanding of everything that the King of Fish brings to Deeside and further afield. I'm delighted today that James will be taking our first cast, opening cast. And I think, as I was going to finish, I left my drama over on the table. But anyway, the River Dee. Cheers.
Well done, Robert.
Oh, cheers.